We are back, folks, with another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider with another one. You know, every now and then, Brandon Huffman finds one. So a couple of years ago, he discovered a guy out of the great state of Idaho. And he said, listen, this guy's going to be one of the best prospects in the country. And it wound up being a young man by the name of Colston Loveland. Now, that guy wound up being offered by Alabama. People thought he was going to go to Bama. He wound up going to the University of Michigan. He's going to be a first-round draft pick. This time, he found one in the great state of Montana. And he said, I think this is going to be another one, kind of like that. And they're saying might be the best one ever out of, what is it, Big Sky Country?
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's what they call it. And he said, this might be another one. He said, I'm going to put this one on my resume, too. Moose Ludwig. He said, call me Moose. Moose Ludwig is with us right now. So, Moose, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, man. So, let's start off first. I mean, we recognize you for your football talents, but you're a man of many skills. So, can you lay out all the sports that you play?
Right now I'm doing track, but I also do basketball as well. Just finished that up this last weekend and started track on Monday. So, we got a pretty busy schedule. But we love every moment of it, so.
Yeah, so, I mean, because you come from, obviously you come from, the Mountain West, the natural comparisons that Michigan fans and Michigan people are going to make Colston Loveland. I'm sure the Michigan coaching staff,
yes, sir. Yep.
They made those comparisons, right?
Yep.
Immediately they came and started comparing you to C-Love.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, growing up and watching him throughout high school, especially being from the state of Idaho originally, just watching his process has just been awesome. And now that I have a pretty good connection with him, it's really cool to see, especially growing up and seeing everything he's done. So it's pretty cool.
So let's rewind the tape and go through your sort of athletic journey, though, and your rise to sort of national acclaim as kind of a big-time athlete. How did it all start for you and, your start in football? Just take me on the journey.
Well, it started pretty young. Growing up around college athletics, my dad was a strength coach for the University of Washington. So I was around that all the time. I still have good connections with some of the players they coached, like Isaiah Thomas, big name. Reach out to him every once in a while. And that really kind of built my love for sports, and that's kind of where the dream really started. Lived over in Washington for a little while and then moved over to Idaho. And then in Idaho, that's where it really started to get competitive. And that's where I really secured the dream of, hey, I want to be a college football player. And then had some family stuff go on, and then moved over to Montana. And the ball kind of started rolling from there. And it's just been awesome. Had a great welcome when I moved over to Montana. Billings West has been the best thing for me. And the family that I was able to come to is just amazing, and they built me to who I am now, and it's just been awesome for me. So,
yeah, man, it's watching you really can't do it all. You're physical, you can catch the football, you punish guys, and then you also have grace on the football field and in your ability to kind of be shifty, just so ultra versatile in your ability on the football field. I wonder who your major influences are. Who do you watch when we watch you on the football field?
For the physicality, growing up watching Mike Allstott, my dad was a big fan of him, especially when he went to Purdue. He was right behind Mike Allstott, so that's where I strive to be physical and try to run through people. That's who I try to envision when I'm running. And then also Colston Loveland, just a guy who I've always been watching with his ball skills and how he can go up and get a ball, and how his running catch is. That's who I try to model to be. And then also, especially my dad being a Purdue guy, when he's throwing the ball, Drew Brees is a guy who I've always grew up loving, big Saints fan. So those are kind of my big three who I've been following growing up. And then also Travis Kelce and people like George Kittle. Just being able to block as well. Yeah. Watching a lot of clips, trying to make sure I'm learning their fundamentals and try to pay attention to the small details that they're doing out on the NFL field that I can try to implement back home and on the high school field, and just trying to grow my game as big as possible and try to do it all. So
Yeah, and it feels like, basketball, you feel like that translates for you to the football field?
for sure. Most people try to stick it to one sport, but I think doing as many as you can help do the main goal that you're trying to do. Basketball has helped me work on high pointing the ball, going up for a rebound, or quick reaction to get on a scramble ball on the ground, just go dive after balls, and then dunking as well, just going up, getting vertical. It's just been really helpful into growing in my game, so it's been awesome.
You wrestle?
I did growing up, so I didn't start playing basketball until my sophomore year of high school. I wrestled my entire life. I went to state as a freshman, did well there, wrestled people who went to worlds, national champions. I've wrestled high-end guys. And then moving over to Billings, Montana, I was just like, all right, let's change it up as much as possible, because why not? So we decided to play basketball. First year was a little rusty. Got in a lot of foul trouble, a lot of techs. You can tell wrestling and football translated onto the court. Was pretty aggressive out there.
Okay.
But then this last year started to figure it out. Minimized myself only to 3 fouls a game, averaging, which was a pretty big goal for me, because I was looking only at my sophomore year, only 2 games I had where I didn't foul out.
Okay.
So it's been awesome being able to grow in that sport and just seeing how much it helped me in the football field as well. So yeah.
So demeanor is a big thing on the football field,
Yes,
man. I could tell you're really, really nice, good dude, but you got to have a switch that you flip.
Yep.
And you clearly have a switch. Obviously you have one, man. Where does that come from?
It's just kind of mentality thing that I got from wrestling, which is awesome. Because when you're on the wrestling mat, it's you and nobody else. You can't blame anything on anybody else. It's just you and one other guy, and just being as aggressive as possible and trying to out-physical each other. And that's kind of what helped me mentally out on the football field, with the mental toughness kind of thing, and just trying to lock in and narrow down on do your job, do what you're supposed to do. Every play matters, and do it at 100%. So that's kind of where I really learned to lock in on the field, and where I grew my mental strength. So that was an awesome part of my life. So
I gotcha. All right. So you get into recruiting.
Yep.
When does that start to take off?
So my first offer was with Idaho. Coach Eck, he's now at New Mexico. And I just had a great relationship with him. He would come up, and when I was living in Idaho, he would watch me wrestle, which was awesome. And then that summer he offered, and then so February 23rd, 2 days after the anniversary of my brother passing, Texas Tech reached out and they offered, which was awesome. And then that's really what got the ball rolling, and other schools started reaching out, and I mean, everything was full flow from there. So
Yeah. And so Michigan,
yes, sir.
when do they enter the equation? Can you take me into the moment first when you first started hearing from them, and then take me into the moment when they offer you?
Yeah, so first time hearing from them is when they offered. Got a call. I mean, I remember it vividly. Got right out of school, was getting ready to head to track practice, and my head coach, Coach Stan, pulls me aside and is like, "Hey, I got someone on my phone for you. You got to answer it." Answer the phone, and it's Big House calling and saying, because it was on the phone, he's like, "Hey, just want to reach out," and then offer happened, and that's when the ball really started rolling with them, and we've been building a connection ever since, and it's been awesome. Michigan staff has just been welcoming, open arms, and I've built a really good relationship with them. So.
Yeah, you can tell, and I'm sure it's like this with a lot of schools, but following Michigan, we can tell when they prioritize a guy. And so it was clear that Steve Kasula, you're a priority. And it was clear that you're a priority for the staff in recruiting when the period opens up and it's like the whole staff
Yes, sir. Yep.
shows up
Yep.
at the school. So I wonder, did that stand out to you as much as it stood out to us sort of covering it?
Yeah, it stood out a lot, especially to me and my family. Just seeing how much they interact with us and the connection that they do build with not just me but also my parents. That's a big part of it for me. And when I am making this decision, I want a family-oriented team. And that's where I am really focused on, because I want to be able to grow old one day and just look back and be like, that was my family, and that's who I'm going to connect with the most. And so.
All right. So impressions, your impressions of Michigan, as kind of take me through your interaction with Coach Kasula, both in recruiting and now you had a chance to sort of spend time with him. Mm-hmm. What your impressions of him have been?
My impressions of him have been awesome. I get to really see how he works with his players, especially when they're on the field. You can see how they work all together, and you can obviously see the success that he's been having. And also just seeing how highly his players talk of him is just really important to me, and it really shows me the true him, and just getting to know him in person. He is who he is, and he's a very down-to-earth person. It's just awesome to see. Okay.
And then Coach Moore.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, big part of it. He was part of that contingent that dropped by. What are your thoughts on Coach Moore?
Love Coach Moore. Very, very close with him. Connection I have with him is awesome. He's, once again, a very, very down-to-earth kind of guy. And that's kind of everything I'm really focusing on, is just humble, down-to-earth guys, and Coach Moore is all of that. So love the connection I have with him.
So you're a tight end. You want to catch passes.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yep.
So how they throw the ball, how much they throw the ball is a big factor for you. Mm-hmm. So what about Coach Lindsey? What have they said to you about what the offense is going to look like? What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, love him. I know he's a little bit newer, but love the connection I've built with him, and love the offense that he's been implementing and that he's grown here at Michigan. And I mean, I've kind of watched clips on his stuff and how he ran things, and I just love the way that he's been moving the ball around, and how high tempo his offense has been. So yeah, I just love everything that he's been doing so far.
So I mean, even before they had Bryce Underwood, they were throwing it to the tight end. Yes, but once they get Bryce Underwood, I mean, did that resonate with you? I mean, how did that impact you once you saw him commit to Michigan?
I thought that was really cool, how they were able to pull him in. I mean, you guys have seen it. He's a stud, and I just can't wait to see what he does. And I think it's a really cool opportunity that he has to be able to play here at Michigan. It's really awesome, and just can't wait to grow and connect with him. So.
All right. So more broadly, as you sort of look big picture and kind of draw away from Michigan, as you look at your recruitment, Moose, and you start to think about making a decision, when you do that, what are going to be the big factors in that choice?
Biggest factors for me are, like I said earlier, family. I mean, that's really what I'm looking at. And then the culture and the environment that is at the school. What's the environment in the weight room? What's the demeanor of everyone that's working around the weight room and on the football field? How's everybody's body language? I mean, I know there's going to be hard days, but if everyone's excited about the hard days, you know that good days are coming forward. So those are big factors that I look at. Brotherhood is a big portion for me, mm-hmm. And then the connection is the biggest thing for me. I know this all new. There's all these new things of college football now, all these cool little fancy things, but that's nothing I'm looking forward to. I'm looking straight at the brotherhood and the environment of where I'm looking at.
You just stole my next question. I was going to ask you, NIL is a thing that all the guys, you have to consider. It is something that you think about and talk about. How big of a factor is that for you, though?
It's the smallest factor out there. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it when I'm interacting with coaches, and that's the last thing I'm ever thinking about. Because if I can't make a true evaluation of about the school and about the people without a money check, then I'm not truly getting to know everyone to the fullest extent. And all it is at the end of the day is money. It's not a true connection that I can have with people, and that's the biggest thing for me. So,
What about the distance from home?
wherever I'm going from state of Montana is going to be far, so that's not an issue for me.
I hear that. So speaking of which, family. I mean, I could tell it's a big deal for you. You don't do this on your own. I say that to all the guys that come here, and I could tell you got a great support system.
Yep.
How special is the support that you've gotten? How meaningful is it, the assists that they've given you every step of the way, and how great is it going to be when you make this decision that they're going to be there with you to enjoy it?
Yep. Well, they pushed me to make my decision on my own, but I know they heavily influence me to do everything that I do every day. They hold me to the highest standard, and I'm thankful for it every day. Mom's making all the meals at home, which is awesome. It's built me to who I am today, and Dad's been helping me in the weight room since I was like 4 years old. So, and then just the love that they've given me growing up throughout life has just been outstanding, and it's made me who I am today. And just the visions that they've helped me see when I'm at these schools, and the opinions that they've given me is just help making this decision a whole lot easier and a lot simpler. And it's been awesome. And
what are they stressing, Moose? What are they stressing to you the most that they want you to look at or look for as you're going through this process?
The connection. I mean, once again, back on the connection. The connections is the biggest thing that they're pushing for me to have, and they can see it. I mean, parents know when their kids love a place and not so much other places, and they push to show the places of where I'm loving it the most and where I'm truly embracing everything. And that's a big thing that they've been pushing with me. So,
You got a timeline for making a decision?
I'm trying to look at the end of June. So,
End of June.
Yep.
And so your official visits will be to where?
Official visits right now are to Georgia, Notre Dame, Texas Tech, and here.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Moose. And where did Moose come? Who gave you the name Moose?
My grandpa, when I was younger, when I was born, he was like, he's large like a moose. But I was like, boom, that's it. And then being at the University of Washington, all the players, all the coaches, that's what they called me by. Most of my teachers call me Moose. They don't even know my real name. So that's kind of where it all started.
Well, Moose it is. So Moose, appreciate it. Hey, when we introduced him, we said his, I won't even say his name on tape. He said, call me Moose. So we're going to call the young man Moose. Moose Ludwig, folks. We appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you. Yep.
Thanks a lot. And if we wanted to circle games on the schedule to come out and see you play, what would be maybe a couple of games, the couple of the best games to come see you?
I got to come see the Ohio State-Michigan game. So.
No, I'm talking about your high school games.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Next year, that first game for us is going to be a big one. Glacier High School. They were just in the state championship last year, and we open up the season with them this year. So it's going to be a big one for us. So.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks a lot. Good luck the rest of the way, man.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, folks. Another edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider.